All right, here we go, daily mobility. This one is one of the most asked for protocols. Today, we're gonna focus on the neck. We'll start by doing some neck cars, some thoracic spine cars, and some full spinal cars, and then we're gonna hone in on the neck. Here's my warning for today though. If it's your first time working on the neck, I want you to ease into this. Don't go 100%, just experience everything and then see how you feel the next day. And if everything's feeling good or better, then maybe we load a little bit more and we repeat this one with a little more intensity. But what we don't want to do is trigger something and cause you to have a sore neck or some headache or anything like that the next day. The first and foremost thing that we want to do is move and explore and see how things are feeling. So that's what I want you to focus on if this is your first time doing this protocol. In terms of equipment, all I have here is one of these medicine balls or slam balls. You can use cushions or blocks, just something soft, and we'll work towards that to do some level 2 cars, some stuff in a lying position on the ball. Other than that, no equipment necessary. And here's how we're gonna start. We're gonna start by focusing on the neck, and we're gonna create some tension in the rest of the body so we isolate just to this portion here. Nothing else moves. So let's take a deep breath in. And on this exhale, I want you to brace the core like someone's gonna punch you in the stomach. Squeeze the fists to irradiate tension through the whole body. And then the first thing I want you to do is just bend the chin down towards the chest so that we feel a stretch in the back of the neck. Then from here, if you can, touching your chin to the collarbone, I want you to trace along the collarbone until we get to the left shoulder. When you get stuck there, I want you to release the chin from the collarbone, and then tilt the head back, so reaching the left ear towards your left butt cheek. You should feel a stretch on the right side of the neck. Then from here, we're gonna reach the chin up to the sky, long neck, and then right ear to the right butt cheek. And when you get stuck there, the limiting factor on the stretch on the left side, reach the chin to the right shoulder, and we're gonna trace the collarbone all the way around for one more pass. Chin to shoulder, ear to butt cheek, line across the sky with the chin, long neck, don't just crank back on it, right ear to right heel, right butt cheek, chin to shoulder, trace halfway around, and we're gonna reverse that path. Trace the collarbone to the right shoulder, and then release, right ear goes to the right butt cheek, long neck as you reach the forehead towards the ceiling, chin to the sky, left ear, left butt cheek, chin to shoulder, trace the collarbone, last pass all the way around, chin to shoulder, ear to heel, line across the sky, long neck, ear to butt cheek, chin to shoulder, trace down, beautiful. Excuse me. So what I'm doing there is I'm finding the stretch in the neck, and I'm also using this as a self-assessment. If at any time you have closing angle pain, so the limiting factor, if I bring my ear to my shoulder, should be the stretch on the left side of the neck, not the closing angle pain on the right side. Got it? Beautiful. Okay, let's move to the thoracic spine. So I want all the movement to come from here. So I want to pretend like I'm in a block of cement from the ribs down. Ready? Create a little bit of tension, hands go on the shoulders, and from here, we're gonna fold forward from the upper spine as the elbows reach down to the floor. Perfect. When you get stuck there, let's go left elbow into the left front pocket as the right shoulder comes up. Make sure you're keeping all the movement up above in the upper spine and not just flexing over like this. Beautiful. Then we go left shoulder to left butt cheek. I'm showing my chest to the sky as I rotate over, right shoulder, right butt cheek, right elbow, right front pocket, both elbows down, one more pass. Left elbow, left front pocket, left shoulder, left butt cheek, show your chest to the sky, right shoulder, right back pocket, right elbow down, both elbows down, and now we're gonna reverse that path. Right elbow, right pocket, shoulder into the back pocket, chest to the sky as we rotate around, beautiful. Left shoulder, left butt cheek, left elbow, both elbows down, one more pass. Right elbow, right shoulder back, show your chest to the sky, rotate around. Left shoulder, left back pocket, left elbow down, both elbows down. Beautiful. And here's a little tip for you. As you're going through this, set up your phone in the corner of the room and watch how you move. And notice if you're doing a lot of this when we're trying to isolate here, see where you're accommodating and compensating for lack of movement in other areas of the body. We're going to do the same thing with full spinal cars now. So what I want you to think about, if you're watching from the side, is each vertebrae in the spine should be able to move independently of the next one up. So I want you to look for areas where you're moving all together and where the spine isn't segmenting well, and that's where we're going to focus in on and try and improve. But for now, let's go hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips, and from here, I want to create some tension in the body, so I'm going to pull the hands in towards the knees as I push the ground away, and I want to start from the bottom, work my way up, so I'm going to start just by tucking the tailbone, nothing else moves. Then the lower spine starts to kick in and reach up to the ceiling, and then eventually the mid-spine. Then I'm going to push up through the shoulder blades, and then the chin tucks last. Now I want a reverse direction of the hands and knees pushing apart from each other, and I untuck just the tailbone, and the lower spine, and then mid-spine, and then the upper spine, and then the chin untucks last. But don't just crank back on your neck. I want you to make that neck nice and long. And let's do that again. Reverse direction of hands and knees. And now just start tucking the tailbone. And then the lower back gets involved. And then the mid back. And then push through the shoulder blades. And the chin tucks last. Last pass. Hands away from the knees and start to untuck just the tailbone. Then the lower spine. And then mid-spine, then the upper spine, and the chin untucks last. Beautiful. Excellent. Nicely done. Okay. I'm going to use this medicine ball. First thing we're going to do is we're just going to have a seat. I want to sit nice and tall with the spine, and I just want you to find a comfortable position, whether that's kneeling on the ground or sitting on the couch or a chair is fine. We're going to take a look at neck flexion and extension, but what I want you to notice is when I go into flexion, I'm trying to make the top of my head tall this way. So I'm not just cranking down like that. And when I go into extension, I'm not cranking down on the neck like that. I'm trying to reach my forehead up. So I want the limiting factor in extension to be a stretch in the front of the neck. And in flexion, I want it to be a stretch in the back of the neck. We're going to hold these positions, and then we're going to do some contractions from there, and we're going to do the lateral as well. So the first one we're going to do is we're going to sit nice and tall, and then I'm going to come down, and I'm going to try and get the back of my head to reach up to the ceiling, and my chin to tuck down towards the collarbone, and I'm going to take my hands, and I'm going to gently apply some pressure to see if I can get a little deeper and feel more of a stretch in the back of the neck. Just be very gentle, okay? We're going to take a couple deep breaths in. Nice long exhales. Good. And again, deep breath in. Nice long exhales. Good. Now, where you feel that stretch in the back of the neck, I want you to gently contract and resist with the hands and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax and reach down further. Try and get off the hands. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. And we're going to do that again. And press. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, relax and reach off the hands. Try and get more into flexion. 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Hands touch the head again. And press into the hands and resist. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. And pull the chin down more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And slowly come out of that position. So the idea here is, especially at the beginning, I'm not going 100% or 0 to 100. I'm not just cranking back on the neck. but I'm feeling a gentle stretch and a gentle contraction, just starting to get everything moving back here. And we're going to do the same thing with extension. So from here, what I'm going to do, if the axis of rotation is just under the earlobes, as a point of reference, I'm going to reach up, try and get my forehead to the ceiling, and feel that stretch here. Then I can take my fingers and apply them under the jaw here and assist just a little bit, like this, so that I feel more of a stretch here. But again, I'm not just cranking back on the neck. So let's do that here. Reach up, then take the fingers, a little bit of assistance, and we're going to hold that stretch. A couple deep breaths in. Exhale. Good. We won't spend too much time here, but the first contraction, I'm going to press my chin down into my fingers and resist gently. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then I'm going to try and lift off my fingers, reach deeper into the stretch. 3, 2, 1. Relax and press down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And reach up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last one. Press. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And reach up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly come out of that position. Make sure you're not lightheaded. Good. And taking these principles, if you've got a certain spot on the neck that you're feeling it, try and find a position where you're working against that tissue and with that tissue in terms of stretch and contraction. So let's do that same thing. We're going to do it from a lateral flexion perspective. So I'm going to go nice and tall, slight tuck of the chin. And now I'm not just going to reach my ear down to my shoulder, but I'm going to try and make my neck nice and long so I can find a nice stretch on this position without just cranking on this side of the neck. Then I can take the opposite hand and reach up, and I'm going to just assist that stretch gently. At the same time, I can pull this shoulder down a little bit, feel a nice stretch on the left side of my neck. Deep breath in. Exhale. Drop my shoulder a little more, and we'll do that again. Ready? Exhale, drop the shoulder. Now I'm going to contract into my hand and resist with the hand gently. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And try and pull off the hand. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. And press. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And relax and reach away. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hand goes back to the head. And again, press. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And reach away. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly come out of that position. Move the head around. Might feel heavy. Head feels heavy that way. Okay? We're going to do one more. We're going to go this side, lateral flexion. So I'm going to make my neck nice and long, reach, feel the stretch here. I'm going to place the hand and just assist slightly as I drop the shoulder and reach to the ground. A couple deep breaths in. Nice long exhale. And again, deep breath in. Exhale. And I'm going to press into the hand and resist. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And try and reach further into the stretch off the hand. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. And press. 5, 4. Gentle. 3, 2, 1. And deeper into the stretch. Reach. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last one. And press. Resist. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And reach deeper into the stretch. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly come out of that position. Beautiful. Okay. So the idea here is I'm trying to strengthen the neck in each of these positions. And if we use the cars as a self-assessment at the beginning, and you notice one side is tighter than the other, then you can use these contractions to hopefully create a little bit of space for you in the neck and make that better. Now, let's go back to the cars, but I want to do a level 2 car, controlled articular rotation, where we're going to use gravity to make this more challenging. The first one is we're going to come down onto our belly. Actually, I'll go this way because I've got an extra microphone here just in case the audio gets a little wonky while I'm in this position. And I'm going to come up into this cobra position. So now the weight of my head is being pulled down by gravity, and I can block by being in this cobra position and pushing the ground away. I can block to make sure I'm not using any of the rest of my spine and I'm isolating to just the neck. And we're going to do our neck cars from this position here. So nice and tall, long neck, and first thing we're going to do is tuck chin to chest. Then trace to the left shoulder. When I get stuck there, I'm going to release and reach my left ear to left butt cheek. And nice long neck. Stretch the front side, challenged by gravity. Right ear to right butt cheek. Chin to right shoulder. Trace the collarbone all the way around. Back to the left shoulder. Release. Ear to butt cheek. Line across the sky with the chin. Don't just crank back on the neck, but long stretch in the front. Right ear to right butt cheek. Chin to shoulder. Halfway around, and let's reverse that path. Chin to shoulder, ear to heel, line across the sky, big stretch in the front, reach far away. Ear to heel, chin to shoulder, last pass, all the way around as you trace the collarbone, chin to shoulder, ear to heel, line across the sky, long reach, feel that stretch in the front, ear to heel, chin to shoulder, halfway around. Beautiful. How's that? Felt a little different than when we did it standing? Wait for this one. Now, we're going to do this on our back, but we want to be elevated. So, you can do this if you've got just a yoga block or a small pillow. You can keep your bum on the ground. I'm going to make it a little more challenging because of this elevation. I'm going to send my hips up. Now there's a little bit of a balance factor, so I can place my hands out here or here. But here's my caution. If you haven't done this one before, you may realize just how heavy your head is, especially when we go into extension. And again, I'm not just cranking back and jamming up all the stuff here. When I go to the back, I'm trying to extend and really make the front side of the neck long as I'm reaching the top of the forehead away and making my neck as long as I can. Let's give it a try. Ready? All right, here we go. Let's start by chin to chest. Trace to the right side this time. Chin along the collarbone. When you get stuck there, reach ear to heel. Be careful. Long neck as you trace a line across the sky, ear to other heel, chin to shoulder, and trace all the way around. Back to shoulder, ear to heel, long neck, line across the sky, reach far away, ear to heel, chin to shoulder, trace halfway around, and reverse that path. Trace your collarbone until you get to the shoulder. Release, ear to heel, line across the sky, long neck, ear to other heel, chin to shoulder, all the way around for one more pass. Chin to shoulder, release the chin from the collarbone or from the shoulder, ear to heel, nice long neck reach, ear to other heel, chin to shoulder, halfway around. And that's it. Slowly come back to a seated position. Make sure you don't feel lightheaded at all. Definitely feels a little different. Did you notice that with the weight of the head as you're in that lying position elevated? And again, just make sure you're not just cranking back on the neck and jamming up everything back here. Same with the sides. But take this philosophy and the principles and apply it to what you're feeling with your neck. And remember, enter and exit these positions carefully. Don't go to your maximum intensity, especially when we're dealing with the neck. We want to approach with caution and gradually and slowly start to increase the intensity over time. Hope you enjoyed. We'll see you on the next one.